Have you ever walked into a room, stood there for a moment, and completely forgotten why you went in? Or maybe you start a task, but before you can finish it, something else grabs your attention, and suddenly you're doing something completely different. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. As we get older, staying focused and alert can feel like a challenge. There are distractions everywhere: TVs, smartphones, daily worries, and even our own wandering thoughts. But here's the good news. Your brain is still capable of incredible focus and sharp thinking if you give it the right tools. Today, I'm going to share 6 simple tips to help you stay alert, improve your focus, and say goodbye to distractions, no matter your age. And the first tip: start your morning with intention. Most people wake up and dive straight into the day, checking their phones, turning on the news, or jumping right into their usual routine. But the way you start your morning sets the tone for the rest of your day. If you begin in a scattered, distracted way, chances are you'll carry that feeling with you. So instead of rushing, take 5 minutes each morning to set an intention. Before you even get out of bed, ask yourself, what's one thing I want to focus on today? It doesn't have to be something big. Maybe it's finishing a book you started, calling an old friend, or simply being more present in conversations. When you start the day with a clear focus, your mind naturally becomes more alert and less likely to drift aimlessly. Now, once your intention is set, it's time to move on to something just as important: giving your brain the fuel it needs to stay sharp. Have you ever noticed how hard it is to concentrate when you're hungry or sluggish? That's because your brain runs on energy, just like the rest of your body. And the best way to keep it functioning at its best? Eating the right foods. Breakfast isn't just about filling your stomach, it's about feeding your brain. If you start your day with sugary cereals, white bread, or processed foods, you're setting yourself up for an energy crash and brain fog. Instead, go for foods that fuel concentration and mental clarity. Healthy fats like avocados and nuts, protein from eggs or Greek yogurt, and fiber from whole grains and berries. A great breakfast could be something as simple as some scrambled eggs with whole grain toast and some blueberries on the side. Or, if you prefer something quick, a smoothie with spinach, banana, and a handful of walnuts can do wonders for your brain. When your brain gets the nutrients it needs, you'll notice a difference in your ability to focus and stay alert throughout the day. But here's something many people don't realize. Even with the right food, your brain still needs movement to stay awake and engaged. Now that we've talked about setting your morning intention and fueling your brain with the right foods, let's dive into something just as important: movement. Have you ever noticed that after sitting for too long, your mind starts to feel sluggish? That's because your brain and body are deeply connected. When you move, you send oxygen-rich blood to your brain, helping it stay sharp and focused. And no, you don't need an intense workout to see the benefits. Just 10 to 15 minutes of light movement in the morning can wake up your brain and improve concentration. A simple walk outside, stretching, or even a few minutes of deep breathing can do wonders. If you have a favorite song, try dancing around the house while you make your coffee. It's a fun way to wake up both your body and mind. The key is to get your blood flowing early in the day so your brain stays energized and ready to focus. But movement isn't the only thing that affects your ability to concentrate. There's something else that plays a huge role in your mental sharpness: your environment. Have you ever tried to read a book or focus on a task only to be interrupted by the sound of the TV, a ringing phone, or background noise? Your surroundings have a big impact on how well you can focus. One of the best ways to improve concentration is to declutter your space, both physically and digitally. A cluttered room leads to a cluttered mind. If your environment is full of distractions, your brain has to work twice as hard to focus. Take a few minutes each morning to tidy up your space. Put away unnecessary papers, clear off your desk, and create a calm, organized area where you can think clearly. And don't forget about digital clutter. If your phone is constantly buzzing with notifications, it's pulling your attention away. Try putting your phone on silent or setting specific times to check messages, instead of reacting to every beep and vibration. With a clear space and fewer distractions, your brain can focus on what truly matters. Now that we've talked about movement and environment, let's move on to another powerful tool for improving focus: training your brain to be present in the moment. Now that we've covered movement and creating a distraction-free environment, let's talk about something that can truly transform your ability to focus: being present in the moment. Have you ever found yourself reading a book only to realize you've turned 3 pages but don't remember a single word? Or maybe you're in the middle of a conversation and suddenly your mind drifts somewhere else. It's not just you, this happens to everyone. Our brains are constantly pulled in different directions, whether it's thinking about what's for dinner, worrying about an appointment, or replaying something that happened yesterday. But when your mind is scattered, your focus suffers. The solution? Mindfulness. Now, don't worry, you don't have to sit in silence for an hour or chant mantras. Mindfulness is simply the practice of bringing your attention back to the present moment. And the easiest way to start? Pay attention to your senses. Right now, take a deep breath. Feel the air filling your lungs. Listen to the sounds around you. Notice the temperature of the room, the feeling of your feet on the floor. This tiny moment of awareness brings you back to the present. When you practice mindfulness regularly, your brain becomes better at ignoring distractions and staying focused. A simple habit to try: before starting any task, whether it's reading, writing, or even having a conversation, pause for a few seconds, take a deep breath. This signals to your brain, hey, let's focus on this right now. But there's one more thing that can take your focus to the next level: getting enough quality sleep. You might think of sleep as just rest for the body, but it's actually when your brain clears out waste, strengthens memories, and resets for the next day. If you're not sleeping well, your ability to concentrate drops. Here's a quick way to improve sleep. Set a regular bedtime and avoid screens at least 30 minutes before bed. The blue light from phones and TVs tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime, making it harder to fall asleep. If you have trouble winding down, try a relaxing evening routine. Dim the lights, listen to calming music, or read a physical book. When your brain gets proper rest, you'll wake up refreshed, alert, and ready to focus. So, let's put it all together. 6 simple ways to stay sharp and focused at any age. 1. Start your morning with intention. 2. Fuel your brain with the right foods. 3. Move your body to wake up your mind. 4. Declutter your space for better concentration. 5. Practice mindfulness to stay present. 6. Prioritize good sleep for mental clarity. Each of these habits may seem small, but together, they make a huge difference in how focused and alert you feel every day. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these tips will you try first? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to help more people stay sharp and distraction-free. Stay focused, stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next video.